Coach, I'm just wondering, when you have guys like Dewan and AJ and Hunter, how much easier is it for you to coach as opposed to maybe not having guys that have been around so long, specifically the first two?
Yeah, I think there's absolutely no substitute for experience unless it's talent, and then you'd rather have them both. And with those three, we got both. We got talent, we got experience. Hunt's ridiculously bright, and then those other two, they know what we're trying to do as well as anybody that's played here, as they played in a lot of big games. So I thought tonight, with the exception of us guarding the arc the first 5 minutes of the game, I thought we defended. We didn't give up one back cut. We rebounded the ball second half, did in the first half, and then we just didn't make shots. We got to get where we can make, where we're shooting 35, 38% from three, and I think we will, but we haven't made shots yet. But that was pretty efficient game though tonight.
Bill, as the first month of the season kind of comes to a close, how have you liked Flory's progression throughout the first couple games?
I think Flory's been really good. He goes after the ball for the most part. He can do some things athletically that nobody else can, but then sometimes he doesn't play to his athletic ability like he could. But what we got to do today was kind of a funky game because guys didn't play a lot of minutes, but we got to figure out a way to get Flory and Hunt playing at least 5 minutes a game together.
When you look at where he's at now, what are you looking to see by come like March, for example?
I would say a better defender, probably a better shot maker in tight, but I think he just needs to continue to build off what he's doing right now, playing with energy and being an athlete and guarding ball screens and setting and getting out of ball screens. And he does that thing, our offense is a lot better too.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. When you talk about the first 5 minutes guarding the arc, what did you change? Anything, or did
Not
it just,
really.
Okay.
I mean, that was the emphasis.
Sure.
Defend threes and defend back doors, and I actually thought that we were trying to help too much when they got inside the arc, and that's what you want them to do, is play inside the arc. And so I didn't think the second half we helped as much. I thought we bluffed and stayed with our man better, and I thought we tried switching 5 for 5 possessions and they scored 9 points. So that was my fault. That wasn't their fault. I thought that would be something we could do whenever they put number 1 in the game, because he's one of their best 3-point shooters, and we screwed it up a lot when Hunter was matched on the guard or whatever it was. So that's on me. That's not on them as much. But I do think it's good practice, because there's going to be many times in a basketball game we're going to have to switch 5 late clock, and we got to get better at that.
With your transition offense, sometimes at some years, some teams, it's just a handful of guys, 2 or 3 maybe, but you guys have 6, 7, 8 guys that can run. I mean, is that by design? Is that something you thought this team would have as a strength?
I don't think that we're unbelievably fast by any stretch, but I do think if we can rebound the ball clean, there's a great chance we can get numbers.
Yeah.
Just because we do have multiple guys that can run. Like AJ showed a couple possessions running today that looked different, and Juan isn't always the best at filling the lane, but if guys will fill the lane, he's pretty darn good at getting them the ball. And we had several finishes around the rim that were great because we did run. But the way I look at it is when you play big games late in the season, you don't score off transition near as much. So if you get a chance to get 8 points, you got to score 8 points. And tonight we probably had a chance to score 20 or 22, and we get 18. So we took advantage of the opportunities we had tonight.
Do you sense this team is very unselfish, or is it just like most of your teams?
I think our team is pretty unselfish. I think we've got willing passers for the most part. I do think that with a couple of guys, they're probably not going to be the guys to make the pass to finish the plays, but they can still be guys that impact the play by ball and body movement more, and they're getting better at it, but I think for the most part, we do share it pretty good.
Do you
And when
have
your
more-
big guys pass it and share it like KJ and Hunt does, that makes it a lot easier.
Do you have more guys that can lob effectively?
That can pass it,
Lob.
pass the lob?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know that we have, we got 3 guys that, you know, obviously that can go get it. But I do think we got, probably more guys that are probably pretty good at throwing the ball up by the rim. Zeke made a great pass tonight, Juan's great at it, and KJ's pass to Flory in transition should have been a dunk. So,
KJ gets 22 tonight to tie a career high. You said he was star of the game with 8 points the other night.
yeah, he was
Does
the
this
best.
just prove he does, you know, all of these things?
Hey, if he's not Big 12 Player of the Week this week, I don't know that anybody ever will deserve it, but, with the week that he's had, but, you know, KJ scored tonight, and how many shots did he make outside of 3 feet? You know, I mean, he played to his athletic ability and his strength, and against Duke, he didn't get those same opportunities, so he had to actually, you know, use his skill to score against Duke, but I think he's playing at a pretty high level, and defensively, he's on point right now.
Did Sudeikis say anything interesting to the team?
He said that he schooled LeBron at a Saturday Night Live skit or scene, and he said that when he played Jesus with Tim Tebow in the locker room, he said that was one of his favorite acts that he's ever done. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But you know, the thing about it is that's why I think the positivity that I exude at all times comes from my inner Ted Lasso, without question.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.